Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. On this week's episode, we are talking about Japanese New Wave. I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushno.
Ben Riley.
Onibaba! Onibaba!
And we have Nick Creekbaum. It is Jordan, I don't know why I was going to use your full name. It is Jordan.
Japanuary.
It's Japanuary. It's Jordan's month. How's everybody doing? We just recorded a long episode.
That's already out.
That's already out. You guys
Hope you liked it.
You guys already loved it. We already got your fan mails and
Yeah.
Thanks for the feedback.
yeah. Thanks so much, Chris, Scott.
Thanks for nothing.
But anyway, you guys watch anything good? Because we didn't really talk about that.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Do you want to
I
talk?
watched something, but it wasn't fucking good.
Well, what was it?
Well, what was it then?
Well, God, it
He's not perfect.
listen, yeah, God can't always make hits, okay? Because he certainly misfired. I saw All the Money in the World, which I was really looking forward to seeing, and oh my God, was this thing fucking boring? Jesus,
Mark Wahlberg wasn't what you thought he was.
no,
was
he was not.
Yeah.
He was he was weak as fuck.
Yeah, like
Got
where
beat
were
up by a girl.
Yeah, he was soft as hell. Christopher Plummer was great.
He was good.
I liked him a
I
lot.
thought he was great too.
One-
Especially when he transforms from Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you see
yeah.
that in the beginning?
Yeah, in the train. Yeah,
yeah.
But
I actually didn't notice it, but I think it's funny.
I mean, I like what Ridley Scott. He's decided to make a movie that really wasn't quite in his wheelhouse. I guess it kind of was.
He
but
makes so many kinds of
Well,
movies.
I
though.
thought that too. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird for him. At least of recently. But he did
maybe
like,
recently.
it looked fantastic.
look good. Yeah.
I mean, and I love the
Your
score.
theater
I
was
like the
good.
score too. I like the score. It was like more of like it kind of felt like a classical type thing. But my girlfriend loved it, which was great.
That's good.
And I did not
it's a
expect
solid movie. I think it's a solid movie.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I
want,
think it's a good movie.
if you want mediocrity, go see it. It shows that God can misfire.
What? I couldn't hear.
I mean,
God
he-
can misfire.
Yeah, he
Okay.
probably misfires half the time.
Nah,
I mean, he did 2 movies this year. That's
And
pretty
one's
crazy.
good and one's
and
bad.
one a chunk of it was shot in 9 days.
yep, the one, yeah.
Now, okay, I actually hate this. Where people are like, "Do you think Kevin Spacey would be better?" I don't know. I think he looked like a Muppet.
He did look like
Yeah,
a
he
Muppet.
He
looked
looked
bad.
dumb.
Yeah, I
Might
think
have been a distraction.
I think so too, and I think Christopher Plummer did good. He plays like a good old dick, you know?
Especially with like how much time he had to even
Yeah.
prepare for the role.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nothing.
Ben, did you watch anything that's worth talking about?
yeah. See, I mainly was watching 2017 movies, so we've
Me
already
too.
kind of talked about most of that
Yeah.
from the last episode. So I'm just going to talk about the new season of The X-Files premiered
Oh,
on
okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Did you watch it yet, Jordan?
I only watched half the episode and I wasn't paying enough attention, so I was like, I need to rewatch this.
Yeah, there's some mixed things that people are saying about it. Some people are saying it's like one of the worst episodes of the X-Files that they've seen. They do stuff with the mythology that's kind of makes you like,
Well, like what they say in the first 2 minutes, I was like, are they really saying that?
yeah.
You know, and I'm like, that's kind of like, it's like almost like a recap. And then they mention like
What do they say?
Something with universes?
they say that the cigarette smoking man is Mulder's dad.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like they do it.
And the
in a-
moon landing was fake. They
Yeah.
show that,
and I'm like,
and
this
he was
is-
part of it.
And I'm like, this is when they're doing that. And that kind of like just baffled me. I wasn't like, did they actually mean that? And I need to rewatch it because X-Files is bad sometimes. And
What
I
did-
still love it. You know what I mean?
What did you think, Ben?
I liked it. I agree. The mythology, I can barely follow it at this point.
Yeah.
This is the 11th season, and that's why I always like the Monster of the Week episodes more because they can stand alone.
Right.
You don't have to deal with like this convoluted mess that is
Yeah.
their mythology at this point. I still love that. I still love it even when it's bad, though.
Me
I
too.
mean, I have things like that too. Did you ever watch Fringe?
No,
I
I
was just
know
curious,
it's kind of has that
'cause
kind of vibe.
People like say it's like the X-Files ripoff or like the modern,
Yeah.
more modern. I watched like half a season. It was fun. I just can't watch enough too much TV.
and
I think I say that every
that
episode.
show is probably one of those ones that has real long seasons too.
Yeah, like 20 episodes of like 45
Of the same
like,
kind of thing.
Yeah, and like, but it's cool because they do like their Monster of the Week thing, and it's like like science fiction.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jordan, you have anything?
yeah, I brought in the new year with the new Insidious movie.
Yeah.
The key.
The last key.
The key monster.
And you know what? I love the Insidious movies. I really enjoy seeing them. I would say this is the first one that I did not like, but I still liked a lot of it because what it does well, like it always has, it does really well. The further stuff is great and the scares are scary.
Now, what's the connection? This lady is...
This is basically Lynn Shay and her little crew, which are just bad comedians, like so fucking stupid. I'm just like, I thought they were fine. This just seems so cheap.
Damn.
I'm like, fuck them. But
Cheap pops.
yeah, what's his name? Lee Winnell or whatever. He's such a bad actor. You know.
Liked him in Saul.
Yeah, I think he's bad in that too.
Do you?
I like Saul, but I think
I don't remember.
he made Insidious 3 though. And I thought that was
Yeah.
I like Insidious 3. And it's just the scares are so scary. Like once it falls into its groove, it's pretty good. But they do some of this like family stuff with Lynn Shay, and it's very stupid.
Her brother was good.
Yeah, he's whoever played him is like the kind of guy, like a homeless man, like drunk homeless man bumbling onto a set that's filming, and people are like, get off, but he doesn't like realize it.
He's
And
like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, it's just so like some of the stuff is so bad, but once it gets going, it's okay. So I'm pretty mixed on it, but I feel like I might be a little more positive than I should be, considering.
Well, you have a history that you like.
I like these movies.
That's okay though. Like,
Yeah.
you can root for it.
Made sense that it was dumped in January.
They're all kind of dumped movies. The
Um,
first Insidious came out in January.
Mm-hmm.
damn.
No, it didn't. It came out in the weekend of Easter. I remember it was Hop and then.
Oh, it would have been
Insidious.
probably a week. It was, yeah, you're all right.
Still early in the year, I guess.
I mean,
I'm just waiting on Nick just scrolling. All right, we'll talk about my pick. I watched Columbus and
Columbus.
you're a big fan of architecture.
I thought it was about Christopher Columbus, and I'm pissed. No, it's a
1492.
small indie drama. I was gonna say romantic film, but it's really not. Doesn't have romance. It's platonic romance, basically. It's just
It's on Hulu, right? You watch on Hulu?
I'm
I'm just saying that so people can see it.
Yeah,
It is on Hulu.
Yeah. Because I really liked it. It's I forget the guy's name. It's a one-word name.
Kogonada.
Kogonada. He's made videos in the past that are like film essays that talk about Terrence Malick's love of like water and wind and fire, and then like the Bresson's hands that he has in every film, and the symmetry of Kubrick, and he just has a good eye for themes. And this is his first feature, and it's beautiful. It's really good. I forgot to talk about it on our 2017 top, but it was definitely make an honorable mention. It's a little like I don't care as much as for the stuff in the beginning, but once like the drama and the like emotions start flying in the second half, it's really strong. And John Cho's in it, and he's not smoking any bongs or going to White Castle, and I think he's really good in it. I would love to see him in more stuff. The girl in it, I forget her name, was really good. It's a great, just like quiet movie.
They say it's like he describes it as like his Ozu movie, and
It's for sure. It's just
Yeah.
like it does. Now I might talk Jordan out of this, but it has these moments where reminds me of like the killing them softly scene with the heroine, where it fades in and fades out.
Oh, okay.
So every scene sort of just like fades out and goes to
Okay.
another scene, which isn't.
It's different.
It's different. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
because they're.
I forgot about that on killing them
I
softly
just,
until
it's
you
just like a
remembered,
thing that's
yeah.
stuck in my head about it. But yeah, so like it's just like this. They're having the trouble. This issue comes up. Then the scene ends and it fades and goes
Yeah.
into another. It's beautiful.
It's no Patterson, but it'll do.
I loved Patterson.
I
man.
still haven't fucking watched it.
I
I'm disappointed
love
in
Patterson.
myself.
There's moments in it that like I don't love that remind me of like a Hallmark movie.
Oh God.
Jim Jarmusch Hallmark movie.
Because like he's writing a poem. He's a poet,
Okay, yeah.
and
He's a bus driver too, right?
yeah, he's a poet, and he's writing the poetry, and he's like saying it over in his head, and the text comes up on screen, and it's like a background's like a waterfall.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see
And
that.
but there's moments that it does work, and it makes sense because he sits at the same spot every day looking at a waterfall.
Okay.
But it kind of
It
looks
feels
corny.
cheap, yeah.
But anyway, Columbus is good. It's I would work it up there around Patterson. I think Patterson's maybe a little bit better, but I love it. I highly recommend it. So
I'm gonna check it out.
yeah, I think Jordan would love it. Well, David Ehrlich from like IndieWire said it's Ozu meets Garden State.
Okay.
Just because it's like people meeting, you know
Zach
what I mean?
Braff's movie was real good. What was that one? Going at
old boy robbers
Yeah.
or something.
Oh my God.
Old guy robbers. Anyway, we're gonna take a little break and dive into our movies. Hey Ben, what did we watch?
First, we will be talking about Onibaba. It was written and directed by Kaneto Shinodu. It was released in 1964, and it stars Nobuku Utawa, Jitsuku Yoshimura, and Kai Saito. The plot synopsis is two women kill samurai and sell their belongings for a living. While one of them is having an affair with their neighbor, the other woman meets a mysterious samurai wearing a bizarre mask. I like the music.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, man.
And there was like this weird, like electronic thing or something. It was like a weird note that I've never heard before, and it definitely didn't come from an era in that. I don't know if it was like I don't know. It was awesome.
You know what? The music reminds me of. It makes me feel like as she's running through the weeds and the tall grass, and it almost sounds like the music is scary, and that the characters can hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome.
Well, because it only comes up in like when they kill people.
Yeah,
in, like
it's
certain
almost
moments.
it's almost like it's actually there.
Yeah.
As part of like
the opening is awesome.
Yeah, I think their little scheme is very mean.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
You stab them when they're.
I thought that part was thin. Why were they?
They were selling the armor.
Okay,
That's how they eat.
That's where they would get the money and then get food.
okay. So they were killing people, selling their armor to get money for food. So,
But these were people on the opposite side of the war.
Yeah, I think they were just like killing people or like
This is-
samurai soldiers and like selling their stuff to
people who
that would
wandered
probably.
off and got lost in the tall
I was
grass.
gonna
Yeah.
say, why the fuck would I like these people then? And
Well, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I
like-
don't know if you're
okay.
supposed to
Yeah.
like them.
This is part of we picked Japanese New Wave, and part of it is the post World War II effects,
Yeah.
you know, with the atomic bombs and how kind of people had to. This is obviously doesn't take place then. This is like a medieval time movie,
Yeah.
but
14th
there's
century or
parallels. Yeah.
Well, what were you gonna say?
well, I was just gonna say, why would the younger lady fall for that dipshit samurai?
Desperate. They're lonely.
I
They
guess.
have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
This
nothing.
is an opportunity for
He
them
was so fucking horny.
And her
He was-
husband had died, so
Yeah.
like,
with it. Yeah.
and in that time frame, even like the woman needs like the man.
And I just really loved like the Goosebumps influence, where she couldn't take off the mask.
On his mask.
I can't get it. Well,
I like that.
I can't get.
The
what
mask
was
is awesome.
I can't take it off. I can't take it off. I can't
It
take
hurts.
It, off.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Mask is awesome.
Oh yeah.
I love the mask.
Every time the demon hag comes out, it's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Just like her
arms
arms
are
out.
wide.
Yeah, she like comes up high in
Yeah,
the rain,
the-
and it's so funny. She doesn't like catch along. She's like, "I need to go to the store." And it's
then-
like the
then-
middle
then
of the night.
It's like a Scooby Doo thing.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
like
so
broken
cool.
Matt Hardy. Her hair's like broken Matt Hardy.
Sweeney Todd
Yeah.
kind of looks like that too.
Yeah, with like the gray stripe.
I got pissed when they killed that dog.
I knew that was going to be talked about.
I was like,
I
God
mean,
oh
Dog.
yeah,
of course. I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere.
I
They just,
know.
yeah. That's part of the
feudal
desperation.
Japan.
You know that they have nothing to eat.
I
They're
know,
talking
I
about
know.
how tough the conditions are for even people in towns, and everybody's a thief.
And I think they talk about purgatory a lot. I think they are in purgatory.
That's interesting.
Because you don't see anything of the outside world at all except some smoke far away.
Yeah, I
You
love
know-
how they use the stories and the sins of what
Yeah.
they're afraid of and what will happen, because they know what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they
They
are
have
forced to do it.
to survive.
And
yeah.
that's a kind of common theme with I think these two movies. It's like you're not forced to do these things, but effects from post-war or effects from things that they have no
Right.
control over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's, when people are making decisions that affect everybody,
Yeah.
and you are forced to kind of
Yeah.
do what you would not do normally.
Yeah.
you know?
What were we gonna say?
It's so since the older woman couldn't take the mask off, that was her karma. What do you think? Do you think the younger woman's gonna face karma?
Well, maybe she gets caught because that's my thing. Like the end, they both jump over the.
And you don't know if she
Yeah.
falls down the hole or not
Yeah,
because it cuts it away.
I think she jumps over it.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
Yeah.
I
I think so too.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if I was kind of disappointed in the end. I wanted to know, and I never usually.
I was surprised that it ended on that moment.
and I've
Yeah.
never because I hate when people are like the ending sucks when it's like
Doesn't
Yeah.
tell me everything.
yeah. But I felt that a little bit. I was like I wanted a little bit more because it ends in like literally like in mid action.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
like
what I mean?
right when she jumps over.
Yeah.
It's a shot from
Stump.
inside the hole.
Yeah, and the hole's cool.
I love the hole. The tall
Yeah.
grass. I love the setting. I love how the style when she is running back and forth to meet Hachi in the middle of the night. I think it looks so cool. Some people say that this is the duller part of the movie, like in the midsection, because she goes back and forth
I think
so
it's a little
much.
the softer.
But
I
I just love the way he films the tall grass.
Oh yeah,
It's so cool.
yeah.
And it makes me when she's running, it makes me think of the woman running in the woods at the beginning of Suspiria. Do you see
Yeah,
that
I
a
see
little
what you
bit?
mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think it's just terrifying.
This movie to me, comparing the two that we watched, and I saw them on an equal platform, so the quality wasn't shit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
I felt like this movie felt a lot more modern than the next one we're going to talk
See,
about.
I disagree.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the
Yeah,
exact opposite.
because
Really?
the other one has so much style. Every shot looks different. You know what I mean?
The other one looks like it has production value.
Yeah.
It cares about
Well,
architecture. And,
I see what you mean, but there. I mean, they both look way different as far as the period.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just felt like this movie felt a lot more modern.
It's so wild to me because it like uses like traditional things of just like lighting
Yeah.
to be scary, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know. It just looked a lot better to me the way it looked. I don't know.
That's very interesting.
yeah, I don't think there's anything. I think it looks good, so I'm not going to say you're wrong.
It's basic,
But
more
did-
basic.
yeah, you're not talking. You don't think the production value looks better? Do you think it's just like maybe the copy you watched had a lesser?
I don't know. I thought they were both DVD rips. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's interesting because when you talked about, you're like one looked better than the other, and in my head I'm like, oh, it's the one that has like the
That lives in civilization. Yeah,
and like there's like Dutch angles, and there's all these like nice looking
Yeah.
compositions. There's like we'll get into
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
the's a lot more style and
not to the other one's detriment, though. I'm not
No, no,
saying
no.
that.
Yeah,
I'm-
Onibaba's a lot more raw. It's
Yeah.
dreamlike.
Yeah.
It
it kind of feels like has like that traditional samurai look.
yeah,
You know
very
what I mean?
simple story.
Wide
Yeah.
wide shots, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah,
I think that's why I cared for this one more than the next one we're going to talk about. The simplicity of the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, it's kind of horror.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about because I had an idea like the other one, like it's things happen and it doesn't explain it in the other one. But you were talking about how that guy's like super horny and like
Yeah.
so my thing. So they're killing samurais. They take their stuff and sell it, and one guy comes back, and he was the older woman's son's friend, that soldier
Yeah,
that worked
they went
with
to
him.
war together.
Yeah, and the son died,
Yeah.
and now he lives in like a hut a little bit away.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning that these characters went to a war that they don't support or want any part in.
Yeah.
That they have really no idea why it's even
Yeah.
being fought.
Yeah, and he keeps giving advances to the one girl, and she's unsure, and then she finally does go to his hut, and they have sex. They have a relationship, and he's a scumbag. You know what I mean?
know. We're kind of scared of him at
They're
first.
scumbags too.
Yeah.
It's just, and then now, so what like kicks it off? The older woman also feels loneliness and wants somebody and has jealousy. Is that why she's doing?
She doesn't
That's what I
want
felt.
she doesn't want the girl to leave her because
She can't survive
she needs
without
help
her.
with
She
her.
needs help with the killing and
Yeah, she
okay,
can't- her-
okay.
they
So she's
can't-
trying to scare her away.
And it's her daughter-in-law
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's mad
Okay.
that she's not being faithful to her dead son.
That makes sense.
You know, she's mad. She believes that she can't do it on her own.
Yeah.
But then why does she want to sleep with the dude?
Because she's lonely.
She gets horny.
Yeah.
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 And she humps a tree.
Something like
It's a
that.
horny
And like
world.
rubbing her boobs and
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do when you're on the reeds. Deep in.
Yeah, this was one of those. This was rated X.
Was
Really?
it?
I believe so.
That's
a lot of
Nothing
tit-
in it. Nothing is
It's
even that bad.
1960s. Nothing in
some
Midnight.
nippies. Some
Yeah.
There were a lot of
nippers.
titties flying around. There.
Yeah, I mean, it happens
I
sometimes.
think it's just the way they portray the sex and the.
I mean, like,
know what
yeah,
I
it's
mean?
like it's like passionate and like it goes back to it a good amount.
Yeah, it's like a Neanderthal approach to
Yeah,
sex. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really
Sweaty.
explicit.
No,
Exactly,
Just
yeah.
show some boobies.
It's the 60s,
for that
you know?
time.
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like I was like,
But the Japanese culture has like a different thing on sex, like than America.
I don't know what it was rated
What-
in Japan.
Yeah, what's
But
taboo
yeah.
there too? Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's what part of this new wave is. It's bringing in new stuff.
Exactly. It's the same as the American New Wave.
Yeah.
In a way, the New Wave is to end the traditional
Yeah.
filmmaking style and to leave the studios and to bring
This one-
independent voices to it.
This one started with the studios. Studios wanted.
Yeah, I think that's interesting,
I read
yeah.
that where studios wanted new voices.
Yeah, it's funny because I was looking some stuff up on the Japanese New Wave, and there are a couple key names in it that worked with studios, and they were almost just like making the movies in the style that influenced the real Japanese New Wave. It seems kind of complicated, but
So like I was mentioning Ozu, that was like part of the old style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now like they're basing their like stuff off French New Wave, which was like years before.
yeah, well, it kind of
same
exists
era.
at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
I think they kind of all happen at the same
Yeah.
time, and it's just kind of a coincidence.
and they're feeding off each other almost
Yeah.
because they're doing like in Face of Another does like some French style edits.
Yeah.
But then there's like some anti-heroes that are kind of like American.
it has the Le Jeté stills.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one of those.
It's funny because I never knew La Jetée that old. It feels like,
Yeah.
like it could be made
I know it does.
10
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is crazy.
And I kind of felt that with Face of Another, which we can talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk
later.
about that.
But Onibaba. People were
People were chanting in this
People were
movie.
chanting
All
it.
three characters kept saying,
Yeah.
no,
yeah, technically I'm really surprised
that you think it's so modern.
well this is the one that he likes over
Yeah.
this one.
when I say modern, that kind of just sounds stupid because
No,
it's
no, no,
flat
no.
out-
No.
It just feels.
Well, you could say like
I like older movies. I do, but I just
no, we're teasing you.
No, you can. Did you connect with this movie?
Well, no, not like with the characters or anything. But
Well, I mean,
like,
you understand. You understand.
Well, you
them.
can
Oh,
still
yeah.
connect. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah.
like them.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's awesome.
Did you like the Wandering Samurai?
Yes.
We finally the Wandering Samurai who has
Oh,
the mask stuck on
yeah.
his face.
yeah, and he says, why
He's
did
the-
he say that he was like so
'Cause he's-
handsome?
Because his face is all fucked up underneath
He was.
it,
Yeah.
right?
He was.
Oh, insecure.
Yeah. He,
Well, her face gets fucked up
Yeah.
too, so
From
it's
that
something
mask.
with the mask.
Do you think it's like a curse,
It must be.
or
I
like
think-
they're turning into demons or something?
I think they
or-
both
Cursed
stole
mask,
it.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like the Indiana Jones type.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she killed to get the mask.
Yeah.
She lured that guy down in the hole. So
I know like this story was based off of the story of Onibaba was inspired by the Shin Buddhist parable Yomi Odoshi no Men, which is mask with flesh attached, in which a mother used a mask to scare her daughter from going to the temple. She was punished by the mask sticking to her face, and when she begged to be allowed to remove it, she was able to take it off, but it took the flesh of her face with it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
but then also the daughter-in-law wants to go back to the guy, but he was already killed
Killed by some random dude. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, just so much horrible shit happened.
Yeah.
It's like one of those movies just with like a bleak ending because
Yeah.
there's nothing good that's gonna
Yeah.
come from it.
Yeah, it's almost like how the effects of war affect people that have nothing to do with it. It
And-
forces them into
And what year was this?
64.
Okay. But yeah, so like the Shindo he said he wanted to replicate how people look after like radiation from atomic bombs and that their
Well, that-
faces
I can
were
see
all
that.
that's Face of Another.
No, I saw this on
This one too.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
yeah.
that's
I'd
what
say they
happens-
both look like that.
Because
kind
that
of.
would that's funny.
yeah.
Because that's the girl That's how she got that from Nagasaki.
Yes.
The radiation.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
said the
her face.
effects of the mask on those who wear it are symbolic of the disfigurements of the victims of atomic bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
It's like Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it changes their culture.
Yeah.
Completely, and it's coming from like an American. It just feels very weird.
Yeah, because we did it.
Yeah, and they're not the bad people.
No.
You know what I mean?
These are just people who
Yeah,
live there, who
yeah.
were forced into these situations.
Yeah, it just feels very weird. I also read that people weren't allowed to leave the set
Oh, really?
when they are filming it, and like everything was very tense on set. I guess like if you left set, you wouldn't get your money. You wouldn't get paid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so weird stuff like that. But I think it's I think it's cool. I'm curious on what, because he did not Kagamusha, or what's his other movie? It's like another samurai horror. Do you know off the top of your head?
Let's look it up because I think it's.
Because I'm definitely interested in.
Is it the?
It's not Kagamusha.
Is it the what's that called?
Kuroneko? It's the black cat.
He made Kuroneko.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah, you.
I like that. I like that even more than this.
Yeah, and that's like a ghost story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that movie's so fucking good.
Yeah.
He did make that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Kuroneko.
Yeah.
Can't look it up though, because all you see is fucking like anime shit.
Really?
Yeah, like Google image once, it's just like anime shit.
Kuroneko.
Not that anime is shit. I mean,
I was gonna say, man, you're dead right there.
but I love Kuroneko.
Hmm.
That movie is fucking awesome. That's like, it's almost like a Crouching Tiger ghost story, you know?
Oh, really? Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
wuxia.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Obviously not Chinese though.
Yeah. I would watch more like this. Because this is my first one from this guy, this Shindo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I forgot that he made that. I was thinking of, I can't remember the movie I was thinking of. Oh, well, we'll move on.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4. How about you, Nick?
I will give it a 3.
I'll give it a 3.5.
I'm a strong 4.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I think it's a good one. I will watch more from Shindo.
Yeah, I think this movie rules.
We're gonna take a little break and we'll dive back in. Ben, what else did we watch?
We watched The Face of Another. It was directed by Hiroshi Teshigahara. It was written by Kobo Abe, and it was released in 1966. It stars Tatsuya Nakada, Mikjira Hira, and Kyoka Kishida. The plot synopsis is a businessman with a disfigured face obtains a lifelike mask from his doctor, but the mask starts altering his personality.
Did you plan this? That these movies have like pretty much a similar,
Like the mask kind of thing?
well, that and like the war is kind of a cause of
Well,
both of them.
Japanese New Wave is the
Aftermath.
like that World War II is part of the influence of it. But
Okay.
I did not plan that they both have masks.
Okay, I thought about that,
That was-
today. I was like,
Yeah.
It
Maybe-
works. It works very well.
I-
Because
Yeah.
the loneliness. I mean,
I didn't even, when I started, I didn't know. I knew he wore bandages, but I didn't know. I thought they might like change his face. I didn't know it was going to be a mask.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. These movies work very well together. There's a lot of connections, ideas of like loneliness, effects of war, people's like existential.
not feeling comfortable.
Yeah. In your own skin.
Yeah, there's like this, and that could just be a budding thing at that time in Japanese culture. They're trying to, they're going back and forth. They're an Eastern culture, but they feel like this Western push of culture.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's some of the backlash that this movie got because
Really?
they felt like they made it too. They didn't like how they mixed the Western and Eastern influences. Even in the location, seemed more Western to the people who made it. To the people who saw it, and they saw this as a lesser movie than Woman in the dunes, and they
Yeah.
never gave him credit.
Because
for it.
it took a while for people to realize how
Yeah, this movie still seems underappreciated. I don't
Yeah.
see anybody talk about it.
it's very influential.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
I think both of these movies do, but because there's like the shots in on
Onibaba?
Onibaba, yeah, that like you know, there's a lot of like reeds blowing in the wind. That's like
Yeah,
Malachi, you know,
exactly.
But this you know, it was using like those fast cuts, like
It uses a lot of different style techniques in this movie.
it's crazy. The sets are cool. The sets are wild.
Yeah.
Like the psychiatrist's office looks like it's like a space station.
Oh, it was designed. It was like influenced after that, like Michelangelo anatomy thing
yeah, like
with
the man,
person.
something
yeah,
Viridian Man or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, with the naked dude.
yeah. But
doing jumping-
apparently, the person who designed that made like he did like an arena in L.A. and he designed the Olympic Stadium.
So he's
and-
like a famous architect.
yeah, and he doesn't even get credit for it. They think somebody else did it.
It's crazy because there's like floating hands and
Yeah.
ears and like there'll be like a pan shot and there'll be like just like an eyeball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And mirrors. There's crazy mirrors and doubling. It's
the
wild.
The end, all the faces.
Oh,
you know, the
it's
face
so
lit.
awesome.
It's cool.
It's so cool.
It's like Antichrist.
Oh, with all the women coming
Yeah,
down. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's fascinating how much variety there is in terms of style in this movie.
And and he looks fucking cool.
yeah, he does.
I love characters that have like wraps on their face. Like in Blade Runner 2049, he has that thing over his nose, and I just think it sounds so stupid because it's like a minor thing, but like characters with bandages and shit. It's so
I think he kind
sick.
of looked like Rorschach.
Yeah, Rorschach
Yeah.
is sick.
I thought the mask looked pretty cool,
I think
especially
it looked
for
awesome.
like the time with the special.
like the actual mask.
Yeah,
yeah.
You
I-
mean his face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious if that was his actual face.
I bet you it was.
Yeah,
And they
because they
added
don't show
some stuff because like they maybe put something over his face when it looked more masky.
Yeah,
Like the eyelid.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I was very impressed during the scene where they first put it on. I was impressed with the transition from it looking fake to real. I was like,
it
wow.
doesn't cut away.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, it actually is starting to look like
They
it.
just put like a cream on him. I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
And they're just talking about how like it adheres to his face.
Yeah.
and him sweating and
And he like can't breathe right because
Yeah,
it's
his
skin
like
will suffocate.
suffocating his
he
skin.
can't say his B's properly. He has to relearn to like talk and
yeah.
like, it's
his
it's,
wrinkle lines and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's wild. And he was like a dickhead. You know what I mean? But he felt real. Like
yeah.
Oh yeah,
you
was.
felt
a-
he's upset.
He's constantly talking about like
Yeah.
He's
being
like,
in
I know-
darkness in his face.
He's
Yeah.
like,
all
I
that.
know you're full of shit, and you think I'm a monster.
Yeah.
And he was so negative all
So
the
he
time.
was suspicious of his wife not loving him, right?
Yeah.
Properly. You know?
He didn't think anybody could love a monster.
Yeah.
Did they
He became-
explain what happened to his face?
It's like a factor. It's like
Yeah.
a work
An industrial
accident. Okay.
accident.
Yeah,
or whatever.
industrial.
He
is what they
tried
say.
something and something was
okay.
different than what he expected or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now, do you think okay? Let's talk about because his wife knew all along. He tried to trick his
She
wife.
says she did. Yeah.
Now, do you think she loved him for who he was? I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, because I'm very like curious about that. Just because like he was annoying, but he
Yeah.
also he could have been nice, but he just had this thing just weighing on him.
Yeah,
He
we
couldn't
don't know
connect.
what he was like before.
Yeah, he
the
couldn't
accident.
connect with anybody.
I feel
Right.
like his personality with the mask was better.
He was very happy and he
You
was
know what?
confident.
It felt like Anomalisa in that way. And there's,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean. And he goes to the airport, and there's a lot of people with the blurred
Yeah,
out face, and
yeah.
he feels like he's an individual,
Yeah,
and he's the only one that exists in the world. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think that's pretty interesting.
yeah.
I do think his wife did know, and I
Yeah.
do think she loved him.
Yeah, and I just super thought it was. I thought it was super interesting that the mentally handicapped girl knew the whole time, but just like being around him,
Yeah.
you know, and like I don't know. It's just very cool because it was so funny because he was very confident, and then she was like, "No, you got to give me my yo."
Yeah.
He's
That
like,
fucking
he's
idiot.
like,
She's
"No."
probably gonna throw that in the tree too.
He's like, "It wasn't me." Like I don't know. He wasn't doing a
Yeah.
very good job of.
He's like,
"No."
"Are you sure?"
Yeah. what do you think?
Yeah.
And stuff like I don't know.
Can someone clarify this for me? Because he goes to get the apartment when he has the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bandages on,
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes back with the mask.
Uh huh.
He gets 2 different apartments.
It's 2 different
Yeah.
apartments
Yeah,
because the
'cause he's like-
exact same thing happens. It was
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of like
I think they did that on purpose to show to they wanted all the circumstances to go to see if that hotel manager
if
would
they
even notice.
acted different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that fuck, what was that? What's that? Did Oprah do this thing? It was like some talk show host that like wore a fat suit for a day, and she's like,
See how people treated her?
yeah, she's like, fat people get teased all the time. And
I mean,
don't know.
wasn't she fat before?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Oprah. it was like it was somebody else, like some lady talk show host. I don't know.
Okay.
It just popped in my head.
Ricky Lake, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And like, wow, you spent a whole day as a person that has issues. You're like a rich fucking lady.
Yeah.
But what are you smiling about, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm laughing at what you're saying.
What does
know,
Nick got to say?
What you gotta say? No, you saying you're not feeling as hot on this one.
I like the whole concept of
Yeah.
the mask and everything, like hiding behind the mask, because I'm a shady fucker.
Well, he felt like he could get away with stuff. Like he tried to. Well, he could probably get away with stuff on both ends.
He wanted to feel something at the end, so he acted out.
Yeah, and he tried to like rape this-
someone,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, that's why I said about Hollow Man in the beginning, because
Oh.
they do the
Wow.
same shit in that movie.
Well,
When he gets
It
that one,
transforms him.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
once you get power, you feel like you can do things. You
Yeah.
know?
He's
And-
he's starting to love life. He's drinking. He's getting drunk. He feels no repercussions.
No one's looking at him weird
Yeah.
because he looks normal.
And I don't think it's just his fault. I think also it is the psychiatrist's fault.
Yeah,
He's warning him, but he's like
he's like a bad guy.
he
wants
to
to see what
observe,
happens.
Yeah.
see what happens in
Yeah.
the name of science and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And
Like gets stabbed in the back for it.
yeah, it gets fucked
He's
up.
the only one who knows. He needs to, besides his
They
wife.
have like a weird relationship, I think.
yeah,
Close.
they do.
Like all their shots are very close together, or like
Apparently, there's a book of this, and that character doesn't exist.
yeah.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
I could not imagine this movie without that character, the psychiatrist.
Yeah, because he sort of like goads him and like
Yeah.
warns him, and yeah,
He's like, "This is how you'll feel." Ha 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 ha.
yeah.
He knows.
And like I noticed like people talking about there's like a weird the Western influence you're talking about. Like there's weird German things. Like
Oh yeah.
they're drinking at like a German style bar,
Oh yeah.
and like
They
the,
get those big mugs and
and
stuff.
the music is like a German waltz,
Oh, is it?
and like
So that's
and
our-
like the opening is like a German
Oh,
waltz or
okay.
something.
I thought you were I really like the part when they're in the bar and that girl sings.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a song called Waltz or something.
Oh, okay, that's fascinating because it almost seems like it's written for the movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. There's just like a weird thing with like Japan and Germany. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just like a hint like towards things, or I don't know.
It might be.
And there's a whole weird thing of the movie he saw that flashes in and out of this movie of the girl
Oh yes.
with the scar on her face.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That took me,
I love that.
It took me
I
a little
love
bit
that,
to figure out what it was.
It is very hard to kind of because that's kind of like that reoccurring like theme.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Being
They're parallel.
exactly,
Yeah.
and it's like teaching us as they're showing us this thing that we can't quite grasp or understand or know what its place is in the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't catch that that was the movie he was watching.
I'm not
and-
even sure I like kind of figured that out. I thought that whole thing was like a whole random thing that was
I thought
going on.
I thought it was like that's cool. That
But
makes sense
because
Yeah.
it starts.
Yeah,
he
it
talks
starts
about how
in
he was
the-
at a movie and it starts in like letterbox and it
Exactly.
opens up.
Yeah,
it takes over the screen. I
now
noticed
that you
yeah.
say it, it makes more
Yeah.
that
sense.
makes sense. And
But it was cutting back to it, and I was like, "Is this the movie?"
because when he's talking to his wife about going to the movie, and that that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
It's
And-
interesting. I'll have to watch. I'll have
and that
to
was
watch
she was scarred from the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
and it's just
how she's treated like a monster. It's funny that something like that would be released right when his accident happened. No,
who knows?
I'm just kidding. It probably a lot of people are dealing with this stuff
Oh yeah,
based off of 20 years ago was the bomb.
Yeah. And I mean, like now people are damaged from the Middle
Exactly.
East or
Exactly. This
So-
movie feels very prevalent. It's
Soul Surfer.
Yeah, Soul Surfer. I mean,
got her arm chopped off.
I listen
bit
to K-pop and watch Soul Surfer in my free time.
Wait, that there's two of those movies.
What?
There's two of those movies.
2 Soul Surfer movies.
Yeah. there's gonna be a trilogy.
Is it really?
I know there's just 2 of them. But.
Yeah, but this movie feels so cool, I think.
Now
For its time, you guys are kind of selling me on it more than
it's
when
just super stylistic. At least with that.
I mean,
you know?
it is slow paced, and
Yeah.
it is. Don't get me wrong; it's a quiet movie. It doesn't have a lot of.
I said this before we started recording. But I was talking to Nick, and I think it feels long.
It feels
Yeah.
long. It's like 2 hours and 5 minutes
yeah,
or something.
it
like
just
that.
it's not that I didn't like it. It just felt longer. you
Yeah,
know?
no, I get that. I think it was. I was very tired watching it.
Yeah,
and
me-
I was
me
like,
too.
I was
Me
like,
too.
and I think that hurt it a little bit. But I loved everything I saw.
Yeah.
It's so philosophical. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There are times, like
Yeah.
even the beginning when they're, and they showed the same thing at the very beginning and the
Mhm.
end. You know, they bookend it with something that I quite don't.
With what? Can
With
you
the
remind-
hand. With the hand and peeling the fingers off and the
Oh.
stuff floating. Even that one time.
Oh, because it was like the other one was like inverse color.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and when they're in, I don't know what this means or what, but they open a door when he's in the psychiatrist's office, and you can see like outside that door, it almost looks like there's like hair,
Yeah,
like giant
like
hair,
seaweed. Yeah,
like we're inside the mask or something. And I was like, that's what I was. It's the only thing I could. It seemed so surreal.
Wonder. Okay,
And I don't
wonder
know-
if that psychiatrist is not real.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm trying to kind of, because I was like, that's the only super surreal thing I saw, because it does look like seaweed or hair or something, and I'm wondering if
I forgot about that. I was gonna write that down, and it doesn't reference it again.
No, it just shows it once, and
it's
I'm like,
in the background. Yeah,
yeah, and I didn't quite, I couldn't understand exactly what's
and
going
like,
on.
what
with
does
it.
that end mean? With
That's good with all those people.
Yeah,
I think it's just, I think
it's maybe like the representation of his head at that time. You know
exactly. It's like everybody is the same.
Yeah.
and the no one has their own identity. He's
Yeah.
like maybe he's falling back into what he first believed.
What I mean? Yeah.
But he also wants to escape, and
He also, like he also has this weird thing where it's like he wants to blend in, but
Yeah.
he also might not like just blending in.
exactly.
know?
Yeah.
Um.
He wants nobody to know him. He
Whoopsies.
he wants something impossible.
Whoopsies.
It has a lot to say about identity, and I think it's very challenging, and I need to think about this movie a lot.
Yeah. There's like this. It's really heady. Like
Yeah.
this idea of like once you put on the mask, you're not you.
Yeah,
You're
it's
the
like The
mask.
Mask with Jim Carrey. And
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Alrighty then. Or
Yeah.
whatever he fucking says.
Somebody stop me.
Somebody stop me. I mean, what do you think about that, Nick? What's better?
The mask.
Yeah. Why?
It's more fun.
It's funny.
It's fucking entertaining.
He has a Tommy gun and shoots up. Oh, who's the villain?
Oh, Peter, I forget
The
his name.
Gimp guy from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of
I
shit.
fucking hate. He just has like a face I hate.
yeah, especially when he wears the mask.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he turns into like a skeleton. Or
Now
something.
you make me want to see it again.
Is that Joe? That's not Joe Dante. Is it?
No,
No. Okay. I
I'm
mean,
not sure who it is.
it's very Looney Tunes.
I could see it, but it's not.
But
What about Son
did
of
you
the Mask?
did you like it,
No.
Nick? Did you like this movie?
I didn't, but I at first, like last night when or was it this morning or
It was like 1 in the morning.
yeah, I was like the face of another with a face palm, and it
I
just,
didn't
That's a good
respond.
review. That's a good review.
I just
Like, why was it facepalm?
I don't know.
Well,
like,
no,
god
it's
damn
the
it,
lost-
this thing's
the
fucking
last
long.
city of Z.
Yeah, Z. I'm like, god damn it, this thing is so fucking long.
Like
and
saying
just
it's
like,
so long,
I had to
but-
watch it in 2 parts. I watched the rest of it this morning because I fucking turned it off last night because I couldn't.
Clearly, you were watching it really late.
Yeah.
Did the style didn't rope you in? Because that's what makes it feel modern to me.
See, it's weird. I can't explain it. I guess what I'm trying to say, but
How was your level of attention?
it was good. This morning my phone was dead. My phone was dead during Florida Project too. But
Why is your phone always dead?
I don't know. I just felt like this one felt a little more like 60s. Like it just had that feel, that look. To
I do
it.
think you would like Seconds a lot more. I do think this might be better than Seconds, though.
I haven't seen it.
Seconds
That's
has the
Frankenheimer.
Yeah, that has the coolest fucking style and opening like ever. But I think its second half is kind of weak. They're pretty on par, but that movie is amazing.
Like I said, you guys sold me. Like, it does have a lot to say. It's got a lot of shit that if you need to study it, what the fuck do I need to do? Because holy shit.
You gotta study lots of movies.
Well, you can have ideas.
I know.
You're a smart boy.
I think I'm gonna.
Ben just shrugged.
I had it at a 1. I think I'll give it. I think I'll bring it up to a 2.
Okay, I mean,
1.
I'm trying to revamp my rating system a little bit.
I mean, if you were
I
gonna
have that
give
issue
this,
too. I have that issue too.
If you were gonna give this movie a 1,
Entertainment value.
I mean,
is
and
what
we're
I
talking,
rate shit on.
Well, that is just such a stupid.
I wasn't
fucking-
entertained by it. I liked out of these 2 movies. I actually could get into Onibaba.
Yeah,
more.
Onibaba's simpler, and I get that this movie is a lot more like
It reminded me of what's that Jake Gyllenhaal
Enemy.
Yeah, the doppelganger stuff.
And,
Yeah.
and old and kind of tricky might be, foreign, old, and more sophisticated might be harder for you. But you can do it.
Okay.
Well, you said you didn't have a trouble watching these, which I was surprised.
Like, I
know.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
I was grabbed by them, but this was slow. I have no.
Yeah.
I think
no
I
issue
enjoyed
saying
the
that.
first half.
It was like
more.
the first and the end. Like
Yeah.
the middle.
Because it's split between.
Yeah.
Once he gets the
has
mask
as
on.
the second
yeah.
half.
Yeah. It gets a little has a little flabby middle,
It's a little redundant too.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
kind of
and I
going.
think, and it's like doing the double things on for a reason, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah. I like it a lot too. I would recommend it to people.
Yeah, you gave it
Man.
a 2.
Yeah.
I give it a 3.5.
I give it a 4.
Yeah, I see. I feel stupid because I like all this week. I'm just like 4.
I've been
sucks.
doing
I'm
that
like,
too.
I'm like a damn golfer.
It's like we're not. It feels like you're not being critical when you're just giving a 4 after 4.
yeah,
After
liked it 4.
Well, I feel like 4.5s are for like
Damn near perfect.
I
Damn near
have a hard
perfect.
time giving 4.5
Yeah,
unless I really
and-
like it.
Yeah, and I really like
but,
these
but
movies.
maybe I need to because, or maybe I need to work on my 3.5s.
I have the most 3.5s on Letterboxd. That's what
Yeah.
is the most common rating for me.
Yeah,
But
But
4s are like solid movies.
I'm gonna give this a 4. Yeah. Maybe I've
deserves
just
it. I
maybe
can't-
I've just been watching some solid stuff.
I feel like these could go turn in. I think they're more likely to go 4.5s than to 3.5s.
Yeah. So what's next on our horizon? Like what's
A couple more movies.
Yeah,
They are-
Japanese.
No, I'm gonna do a little switcheroo.
Want to
and
do
I
Face Off?
I want to do Australian comedy. So we're gonna go to Kangaroo Jack and
Kangaroo Jack 2.
and Kangaroo Jack 2. No, just kidding. We're gonna do Branded to Kill
Have it on Blu-ray or Nick shit.
and
Cool, I got that one on
and,
Blu-ray.
In the Realm of the Senses.
Ooh,
So it could be-
better get those tissues out. Not because you're gonna be crying, right, Nick?
Maybe.
I mean,
It's because you're gonna be one hand's gonna be lubed up and the other
Gonna
is
have
gonna.
an apricot.
we're also
yeah.
gonna have our friend Chris here on here for that episode.
Oh,
so
we're gonna make him watch.
Yeah, I was like-
a
I was-
60s Japanese pink film maybe.
I was like, I hope you like these.
That's so funny.
So
Brandon Kill's awesome. I hope Nick likes Brandon Kill because.
wait, man, 10 years from now.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's mad at me because I yelled at him for buying a movie I recommended him 10 years ago.
What's that?
What? Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance.
But I was saying you might like Branded to Kill or like Tokyo Drifter. I talked to you about Tokyo Drifter.
I
and
like Tokyo Drift.
and he says I like Tokyo Drift, which is
Fast and Furious 3.
That's like the only one of those movies beside the first one that I like.
it's funny because
He still
Haley says
doesn't-
that too. She likes Tokyo Drift.
It's people like that one.
It's weird. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because it's
She's a-
completely different than
She's
the
a little
other
bow.
ones,
She's
right?
a little Bow Wow fan. But anyway,
Lil Romeo is better.
but Branded to Kill and Tokyo Drifter are like influenced like Refn of just like style over substance.
And then it'll probably be the example of the young calf outweighs the old bull, because I'm sure Refn's a lot better.
I don't.
Your
What is that analogy?
is opposite.
Young
Yeah,
calf.
I know. That's what. Yeah.
Young
you got,
calf.
He's
you
using
mixed
the
up,
Step Brothers analogy.
but you've mixed it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The old bull would be Suzuki.
The old bull is going to be taken out behind the
It's gonna be turned
woodshed.
into glue.
You're making it more confusing.
You're really failing.
He's
on
going
this.
to be put out to pasture now that you said that.
Well, going into it that way is not positive.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Well,
Refn's not that good.
Oh, isn't he?
I like him.
I like him too, but
I'm excited for his TV show.
yeah, what is it?
Too Young to Die or Too Old to Die.
What
or
was his
something.
last movie? You know what I do?
Neon
really-
Demon.
Neon
Last
Demon.
movie?
I really like that movie.
was that your number one
Yeah.
last year?
Wow. But yeah, his new one, he's doing a TV show for like HBO or Showtime or something, and it's the guy who writes Fade Out and
Ed Brubaker.
Ed Brubaker.
Oh,
So he's like my favorite comic book writer and a good director.
I worry about him, even though I
Miles
do like.
Teller is in it, plays a cop,
okay.
and it has to do with like samurai sword or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Sounds cool.
I saw on Instagram
Yeah.
he made hats. Did you see this, Ben?
No.
It said "Make TV Great Again" or something, and it was like it's like a pink hat, and it's like very MAGA looking, you know.
Oh yeah.
And like people were like cool, and I was just like fuck you on Nick Refn's Instagram. I just fuck you because I hate that like parody
Yeah.
of like I don't even want to think about any reference to that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Even when
agree.
you're like making fun of it or mocking it.
That's such a lazy joke anyway.
Yeah, piss in
Been
your own
told.
face. Oh boy,
Yeah.
I like a Donald Trump. Fucking Nick Refn talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah, that would be.
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't think he's a bad president. I just think he has cool hair and fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck does he know? He cries to like bad '80s hair metal bands. And
Nick's pissed.
Nick has nothing to say.
What?
How bad was this? Was this better than or worse than my previous months?
Better.
Okay, whose months do you look forward to the most? Ben's.
Other than mine?
Yeah.
You can go.
This is
you
what
can go.
this is what I like.
Yay or nay.
Okay.
So I'd say his is typically the safe bet. Although when he did animated, I was like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, but
I was
those
like,
movies
son of
weren't
a-
bad.
I was like, son of a
Well,
bitch.
to us, they're
Nick.
not bad.
Yeah, but
Well, guess
even
what?
him, I think they were.
Guess
okay.
I just want you to know, Nick, that all you do is pick the same movies you watched 20 times this year,
Oh yeah.
and we are trying to see something a little more interesting.
Well, yeah, but I knew you guys didn't see the movie, so that's why I picked
No.
him.
So it goes.
Wait, I've never seen Batman,
Batman.
Returns
I've never seen
Yeah.
Batman Returns.
or Edward
I've never seen
Scissorhands.
Batman Returns.
Yeah.
So it goes Ben, me, Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan's in the
He
caboose.
doesn't. He doesn't like the
Every pick he does is
cinephile
to spite
picks.
and in spite.
No.
They're really not.
Oh, aren't they?
Do you think that?
The Colors one was.
These are.
I didn't
they're
think
legit-
that was.
They're
I'd say
legitimately some of my favorite movies.
I know. And anything that would name their main protagonist Carol is gotta be.
I gotta say, I think that was Jordan's best month. I loved all four of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick did the
I love
the
that.
major look away.
Ian's month's my favorite. Then after you said that,
Why does it?
Jesus Christ!
I don't care.
You don't like my subjects. I get that.
Well, it's
he
like
keeps doing like new wave stuff.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like,
I'm a,
you know.
I know so much.
Like I did religious movies.
Yeah,
I did.
Did Hollywood new wave?
Yeah, or Debt.
Oh my God. Black
Yeah.
Narcissist
I'd
was
say
the worst.
Black Narcissus was one I
American
didn't
New
care
Wave.
for, but
No, wait a minute. Black Narcissist was the worst, but it was very, very close.
I wanted to like that one. It just didn't. I didn't.
I like
love
it, but I
Double
can
Life.
see-
Yeah.
Double Life was
fuck
right,
you. Fuck you.
right
Yeah.
beside it.
I think that one is awesome.
Okay, is Ordette better than? You said Ordette felt modern too. I'm pretty sure you felt like.
It looked good.
Yeah, it does. It does. But did you not?
It's
It just
just
sucked.
No, I thought you said you liked that one a little bit more.
I picked Silence. Did
This
you
is
like
kind
that?
of
I
our
like
our flashback of the year. Like we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
talking about past.
we need to. We
I
need
liked
to.
Ordette. I liked Silence.
What else did it?
You
what
like
else
Silence?
was that month?
Yeah.
So there was Ordette, Black Narcissus, Silence, and what was the other one? Last Temptation.
yeah.
We should have talked about our favorite
picked
movie
two-
that we picked last year, or like our favorite movie from.
Favorite discovery.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Okay.
can do that next time so
Yeah.
we can think about it.
I have a list, just so you guys know. On Letterboxd, I have another.
that has all our movies that
Yep.
we watched. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm just curious. Like, yeah, like
What would
mean-
Nick pick? That's what I'm wondering.
off the top of your
And you
Batman Returns.
most of yours you've already seen, so that doesn't count. You don't have to say it now.
What's like, well, off the top of your head, what do you think? Do you have like a secret? Like,
I wish
or-
I would have watched the Rolling Thunder. month.
Oh, and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance.
Yeah.
Did you do anything? Oh, that month?
Yeah, I watched.
You were
the
on the first
second
one,
or the
or-
first.
I can.
Oh, yeah,
I can
okay,
tell you
okay.
my favorite.
Oh
Discovery.
no shit.
What is it?
Come and see.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
And that was a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Bonus.
Did you like that one?
Yeah.
3.
3. It was a 3-er.
Okay, so this year you're trying to do like a new rating system.
So let's hear about that.
I'm trying to be more.
So what's
less
what's a
confusing.
half star? Garbage. Like
I didn't have any fun. I'm basing shit on my value of entertainment.
like okay. But what if it's like okay, so a 1 would be
Okay, let me rephrase that. Entertainment and
Like-
quality.
like being grabbed by it.
Well, it's
Like-
funny because you're like shocked to hear that people describe Blade Runner boring,
Well, like,
and that's how you describe movies that you don't like every time.
listen, Gone with the Wind can be the best fucking movie of all time. But if I didn't
I
have
don't
any
know.
fun watching it, I'm gonna rank that son of a bitch down to
Nobody would
2.5.
fucking rank it high if they didn't have fun watching it.
Okay. I just did the. Oh, I should have talked about that. I just did Godfather 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Godfather 2. Oh, so good.
It's good, but it's long.
Uh-huh.
So where is
Slow.
that? Where is that on yours? On this scale? On this new fun?
Godfather 2 is
on this-
probably one of the best sequels of all time.
Is it? But is it fun?
Do you want to
The
watch
Robert
it?
De Niro part in it is fucking amazing.
It's the movie.
I love it.
I'm just talking about. Is it fun? Is it entertaining?
So what would you
It
give
hooked, it hooked me
3?
when the last time I saw it on TV. It hooked me.
But what's it on? Okay. So it has to do. It doesn't have to be like a funny or like crazy action movie.
Yeah, no.
So
Okay,
it's
it
not
got me.
entertainment value.
It's like a part of it.
Yeah.
Entertained. Godfather
Yeah.
2 entertained me.
Okay. So I get it now.
Quality and entertainment.
Yeah. I mean that's ratings in general.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how most people rate things. But
I want to hear what's different about yours.
Well, I
Maybe
think
you should stop being so extreme.
Mother being 4.5. I put that into how much quality I thought the movie was too, which is why I put it up to a 4.5.
So it's 4 stars for entertainment, half star for quality.
No.
well, I mean, you
I'm
can't
just-
really go up.
I'm just
too
messing.
much
I'm just
higher.
messing around.
We're picking
Yeah.
holes in your. Because
Yeah.
no, I'm
My
thinking-
ratings don't make sense either.
I hate my ratings recently just because I've
Four,
been doing
four,
fours.
four, four.
You know.
I've been trying to be a little bit more
You don't want to watch
conservative in my
garbage
ratings.
stuff, you know.
I think you need to be conservative, but I also think you need to be a little more
Open-minded.
open-minded too, because you're very hostile to things.
That I pick.
I hope you like Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance because
I
it's
might.
awesome,
It's gonna sit on the shelf for years.
The Wailing I got too. We'll see.
dude. What did you just discover? just discover like South Korean
We'll see.
cinema?
Pulse, another one. We'll see.
Pulse is
Did
good.
you see Creepy?
Pulse is slow.
Isn't Creep?
You don't like
2
Japanese horror,
is
though.
it- I saw a
Creep 2? Did you guys see it yet? There's like
I haven't watched it. Yet.
what's his name?
Duplass.
Duplass has like a fucking
frontal.
3-minute like his dick's just hanging out.
Is
He's
that
just,
real?
Like, yes, it looks pretty damn real.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's his. You know what's that fucking thing he used to do?
Jeff who lives at home.
No, the fucking weird temporary genre that doesn't exist.
Mumblecore.
Anymore. Yeah,
Mumblecore.
mumblecore.
It's still going strong, baby.
I think they just call it independent now.
Yeah.
Jeff- Who's
who
on the
lives at
league?
home.
Yeah,
Jeff who lives at home. Keep saying.
Cyrus.
Yeah, but anyway, all right. That's another discussion for another episode. Nick's choosing Mumblecore next time.
Yeah, I was gonna say next episode we got some mumblecore
You're-
bullshit
You'll have fun when I actually pick a
Good one.
to spite you.
for once.
Well, you almost did that one time you were gonna do.
Like Berlin Alexander
Yeah.
Platt, like to like 10-hour Decalogue Berlin Alexander Platts.
pisses him off. All right. Well.
I'm getting hangry here, boys.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
It's getting late. We just did a big recording day.
hangry.
So we are going to close it up. Talk to us on Facebook, Another Look. On Facebook, we have an email, anotherlookpod@gmail.com.
We have a YouTube as well.
We have a YouTube, just Another Look Podcast on YouTube. We have Letterboxd shit. You can
Follow us on Letterboxd. That's probably the best way to reach us, or Facebook.
And we haven't said this in a while. If there are any podcast apps that you use that we are not on, let us know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because there might be some that I can work on getting us on.
Spotify.
Yeah.
And Ben is already on Tinder, so
No.
look him up.
No, I'm not.
Redacted. Ben is not on Tinder.
Correction.